Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here are my feature conflict of interest. So, you just suddenly came up out of nowhere, Togomera, and you're just becoming more and more suspicious by the minute. I don't think I need to bring up that he's most likely the killer of anything. I think it's made almost explicit obvious, and if not, then if you didn't notice, then it's weird because there's many different things. Why is it suddenly appearing here when he was like busy looking all that? Norman books and all of that. It just doesn't make any much sense if he's like he would just burning out the crime scene for no fucking good reason besides I need to look into Walter Wade Webb's criminal history past and all that. Like, Jesus Christ, no. That's stupid. You couldn't even let anyone else in the crime scene either. Like, no. No, there's something more to play. It's other interesting to note that Stranger Love was never used twice in the same location. I suspect he was using a mobile phone. Most recent devices have internet capabilities. It would certainly be more convenient than finding a new computer each time. We already covered this in the last testimony. I don't think this will teach us anything new, but it helps cement it in people's minds. He's one of Webb's underlings, a henchman you would call him. Yeah, you keep going on with that. How do you know that? If I divulge how the rebellious group may invade us in the future. Webb was a high-ranking member of the family. Something reasonable to assume that Books was lower than him. You can't tell us, that's what this whole testimony is for. If I tell you that my methods will be revealed, they'll all know. Madeira's himself might escape me. So now your mission is to arrest the entire Valley's family? You better be darn good agent to be signing something like that. Togomera, this whole testimony is being given so that you can tell us more details. How did you know that Mr. Books was involved with our Valley's family? Doesn't matter. I don't believe your client was ever charged with this. The police, if deemed it necessary in the future, they can do so. Until then, you should only be concerned with whether or not he killed the victim. Doesn't matter. This is the whole motive. That remains to be seen. Personally, I'm much more interested in your accusation of Stranger Love. Togomera claims the account belonged to Mr. Books. Why don't we focus on that? Now moving on. Okay. We need to find some way to prove that then. Even though this whole testimony is a kind of a fucking sham. Oh my god. He's not quite as smart as Webb was. He let the trail line leading right to him. It's too, like... Even if you're, like, well-meaning, it's way too weird, and basically everything that, like, Lily say you did or done was really aggressive or just very suspicious in general, and there's no way I can think in my head that goes against that. I can reasonably think of. The first time when you're, like, Stranger Love and you're just, like, going around and you just, like, tell Phoenix, like, right then and there to him, you just, like, leave me alone, I'm investigating here, like, I'm busy doing things, I don't want to be disturbed. That makes sense. Very antisocial and a bit harsh and mean, sure, but in second investigation, like last investigation, literally just threats and everything all over. Wow. No, that's something completely different. You know, so I was able to track his movements. It was obvious. You know what the worst part is? That's kind of actually a terrible idea if you actually logged a stranger to love and literally talked to someone who's in the bad player account, and that was a police officer investigating the case through bad player's thing when they could have obviously tracked down the administrator. What the fuck were you thinking? You say Norman Books was very stupid to have all trail into him, but you supplied that your own fucking self, you ignoramus. Didn't Webb leave evidence too? I mean, you had enough to suspect him. Not all. The two weren't even remotely on the same level. I've never looked anything strong enough for a conviction. That's precisely why it took me so long to apprehend him. You never did apprehend him. He's dead. That wouldn't be the case if I had the chance. Unfortunately for him, his partner turned on him. Now I have a corpse rather than a prisoner. Fair enough. No, not really. While we're on the subject, could you tell us how you knew my client was the killer? It was the site's IP chart. You can see here Stranger Love was active roughly the same time that Webb was shot. I traced him to this very street. It was an open signal. The neighbors didn't have a password protected. You never proved it was his account. You just said it was. We have a witness statement the Books is there and that he killed Webb. That doesn't prove he accessed the website anyway, though. Combine that with what I've said, and we know that he is Stranger Love. Nick! Yes, I saw it. Here's my chance. As quite as smart as Webb was, he let the trail line leading right to him. I need to look this again, just to make sure I have it in my head right as rain. So my brain was still running through with just the whole thing, just like you being a dingus in the past, in the last few days. Movements, online evidence. I've never things for strong enough conviction. Have a course within a prisoner. Could you tell us how you knew a client was a killer? It says IP chart. Strange Love was active roughly the same time the web was shot. Is that the case? $3 o'clock. I mean, I guess. And also 3:50 that you logged on. I mean, I guess it was like a half hour ago before then. Question this very street. It's an open signal. The neighbors didn't have the password protected. Never proved it was a cat used to it was. We have witness stating that Books was there, and that he killed Webb. Yeah, that's false. There's even a witness who reports seeing him. Well, do we present it here or the last statement? Because obviously, she never saw anything. Lied to the police. I think this is better than anything else. Now, just a minute. That woman didn't see anything. If you knew anything at all about this case, it would be that. Yes, it would be hard to forget something like that. Agent, I do hope you aren't using your testimony to support your story. No, Judge. I don't believe I ever mentioned her. I'm fully aware that she proved useless. I was referring to the other witness, the one who decided to go anonymous, and Lily only mentioned... Hold on. Let me just read this again. What's your emergency? I'm reporting a murder. What happened? I saw a man get shot in his bedroom. I'm calling. I think I go. The killer might have seen me. He didn't even mention who who it was? No. The other witness. Stranger Love was Book's account on Face Fan Club. Okay, just gonna make a new statement there? However, admit that I have him to thank for bringing my case to a close. What? Why is that? Had been for this, I might never have connected Webb to those family contacts. Those slip-ups may have given me this opportunity. Slip-ups? Such as... Stranger Love signed down from a location close to Webb's home. He's logged on from places close to other crimes committed by the family as well. This is no coincidence. If he signed on with a phone, would you be able to trace which one it was? Yes, very easily. That's how I could say with certainty that it was Books. Hey, Williamson, can we track down the IP address from Stranger Love right now? That would prove unequivocally that it was his Mr. Books' phone, right? Right? Especially if he's had this activity for a while, right? That would prove without doubt, right? Now you're not gonna do it now? Okay. Confirm this, Williamson. I only researched the IP addresses of those involved with death threats. Stranger Love had no part in that. No, I guess not. Okay. This guy's just looking shadier and shadier. I have a bad feeling about this, Nick. I'm starting to have it too. Okay, let's see where this testimony takes us. So something else. I think we have to present something about the phone call. The witness report seeing him. Let's press this before presenting that one. Now, just a minute. No one didn't see anything. If you knew anything at all about this case, it would be that. Oh, wait, presenting and pressing are the same exact thing? Is that really the same thing? Then, okay. There was even a witness who... So, literally just... the phone call transcript? I'm assuming you mean the person who made the phone call to police. There aren't that many other witnesses out there. Affirmative. Then you should also realize that this person didn't accuse Mr. Books. Or anyone at all. They just said there had been a murder. That's right. It doesn't say his name anywhere in there, does it? It doesn't even describe him. We know yesterday that this witness didn't report the crime until after the police arrived. It wasn't until then that they arrested Mr. Books, primarily based on her report. Why would the caller leave out the identity of the killer? You see, Your Honor, the caller couldn't see the crime, they didn't recognize the killer. The caller was lying. It's that. Either a caller was just feeling extremely unhelpful that day, or something about this isn't right. The caller mentioned the killer had seen him. Remember yesterday how it wasn't possible to see into that room from ground level? Well, the reverse has to be true as well. Somebody standing at the back of the room would have a hard time seeing a person in the street. Especially with the Pure Madness's house in the way. Why, that's right. That would mean the caller was rather close. He would have to... he or she... He, Your Honor. It was a he. Oh, how do you know? I don't. But I'm from Wright, there's somebody else here who does. If you recall from yesterday, Prosecutor Williamson reacted rather strongly to her witness. Oh yeah, totally. I called him right from my room after I saw it happen. What? What are you doing? Miss, I beg your pardon, but what were you doing trying to lie about that? The reasoning at the time was had been made from a payphone, but there was something much more obvious than that. Wasn't there, Williamson? Yes. You see, no matter how hard the caller tried to remain anonymous, there's one thing he couldn't hide. Men and women generally have very distinct voices, don't they? Yes, they do. But knowing he was a man doesn't help us much. No, it doesn't. I'd still like to know why he didn't name the suspect. Even if he was trying to frame the defendant, shouldn't he accuse him directly? Well, Your Honor, it wasn't Mr. Book specific that he was setting up. There were several potential suspects and he didn't know which to accuse. Are we just going to do the IP log? Or literally just anyone on the chat log? Let us go with... Okay, I don't trust this. Chat log. The flame warrant AF a little over a week ago. It was a setup to turn the whole site against Bad Player. It was instigated beforehand so that there would be several suspects. There was now an entire group of people who hated him. Oh, that's horrible. We've already identified everybody who took part in that. Are you saying that one of them was the killer? No, I'm saying the exact opposite. The real killer arranged for it all to happen. How exactly could he do that? You can't control what other people say online. No, but sometimes you can't predict it. There was one person who had a reputation for causing controversy. Okay, now comes little Missy, which you don't know. None your business. And now is yesterday's witness. Pah, you really have to mention her again. Yes, our witness, Pure Madness, Salmonella, was tricked into helping. Stranger Love spoke with her and convinced her to confront Mr. Webb about the stalking issue. She, being the little she-devil that she is, turned into a big, huge mess. So she started this? Yes, she did. It's kind of almost her fault that actually happened this way a bit. However, she was just a pawn. A bit. Stranger Love needed her to create his list of suspects without becoming one himself. After that thing yesterday, she almost became one herself. The trial was bad, no arguments to that. I'm still upset nobody managed to find out she was in Europe. That's no small mistake. No, it isn't. But you shouldn't hold it against Williamson. There's been an inside person working against him from the very beginning. I don't know what happened. Our search checked out perfectly before. Triple checked, we wouldn't miss something like this. Yes, that would make more sense. So Williamson, I'm curious to know who on your team wrote the report for the witness's alibi. You can't just miss something like that. The first person to question the witness was Togamera. Agent Togamera, is this true? Yeah, another add to the pile. Especially as, like, literally, again, as just mentioned now, somehow, even though she did not see a single thing, she managed to somehow get onto the trial. So literally just the fact that she managed to get onto it was, like, hand itself to the whoever, like, you know, was behind us all, but at the same time was kind of a waste of time. It's a mixed bag. I can see what they're doing, but, God. Yes, it's true. I triggered the witness. I'm afraid at the time, her going to Britain was unknown to me. We've been over this. That isn't something you just miss. You'd have to be blind and incompetent not to figure it out. Heck, a 2-minute chat with her parents would probably have given you all the answers. That sort of thought never occurred to me. As I am, as you say, blind and incompetent. What, do you have sunglasses not just for show? Togamera? Williamson? Okay. All those years ago, that was your same reasoning. Incompetence. And you still managed to become an FBI agent. How? That, I'm afraid, is irrelevant. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, and you two have history. Agent, the defense is a good point. If you missed out on something this obvious, I'd hardly consider you to be FBI material. I'm sure my superiors will be upset. When the time comes, I will accept whatever they decide to be my fate. His excuse is that he's an idiot? His job may be at stake here. I hope he realizes that. And of course realizes that he hasn't shown himself to be blatantly stupid until now. This has to be covered for his real reason. But what would be so serious that you would risk getting fired? More serious than saying he accidentally screwed up the whole case? That would mean this is all intentional. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I never would have guessed it. He had a reason for allowing her to falsely testify. But why would... Williamson, Waters, everyone's saying something's off about this case. Nobody's been able to get anything done. And now this guy apparently let that woman make it out to the stand. He had to have forged her alibi. The only reason he might do that was... the police station. He was there when Cody... It was him. He killed Cody and Webb. No matter how I look at things, it all comes back to this man. I can't let this monster get away. You're staring, right? Something you'd like to say? Tokamera, I don't buy your excuse for 1 second. There's no way this was just bumbling ignorance. That's so. Yes, in fact, it is. There's one piece of evidence that would make it impossible to not see where she was. And your own words have told us that you knew about this evidence. Yeah. IP address. She literally mentioned that she was at the airport and like even doing this and actually logged onto it on a plane. There's a very simple way to tell where a user was located. The IP log. You let slip earlier that you have access to it. I'm sure if we trace the addresses she used during her vacation dates, they would lead directly to England. Yes, more foolishness on my part to overlook it. No. You would take the time to carefully try to mask 3D_N00B, Strained in Love, and Bad Player, but not the one witness who would help you put them away? Let's face it, your entire case rests on that woman's testimony. Your inability to confirm her location wasn't accidental. It was on purpose. Order? Order, I say? Agent, is what he says true? Of course not. He hasn't even given a reason for why I might have done it. Mr. Wright, you heard him. We need a reason why he might possibly have done this. That woman's testimony completely changed the case as it was. It brought something very important that makes that hadn't been there before. By claiming to have witnessed the crime she created. A witness, a suspect, a victim. A witness, did I misheard that right? Not that kind of witness, a different kind. Okay, definitely misheard that, like, just making her a witness, and, like, make a culprit. Okay, I think it was. Okay. Stop, please just stop. Okay, that's funny. So something else then. What's testimony to completely change the case it was? It brought something very important that makes that hadn't been there before. Oh yeah, okay. I glossed over that. I was thinking in my head more about the, create a suspect. There weren't any. Rather, there wouldn't have been if Webb's neighbor hadn't shown up. Everything pointing to my client is circumstantial at best. A straight-up lie at the worst. There's no reason to suspect him, or anybody for that matter. Then suddenly she shows up and the prosecution has a suspect. They jumped at the opportunity. Well, rather, from what I understand, the prosecution didn't. You did. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? There was nobody around to pin the murder on. He needs somebody to be a scapegoat for it. Oh, scapegoat. You think I just picked somebody off the street to blame? Yeah, probably. Like, even the phone call kind of remedies that, too. There's no mention of anyone, description or any otherwise of, like, who the culprit or the killer was. And the whole flame war is meant to gather wrangle in as many people as possible. Even though it didn't take much to the site at that time. How dumb do you think I am? There's no way to run a case. It wasn't for your case. Okay, then why? Why would you need to frame somebody? It's very simple. To protect the real killer. I think what you're doing right. There's no going back from here. Mr. Wright, who was this person? If you know, then please tell us. Your Honor, he's been claiming it as a federal case for some time. I'm suspecting something very different. He's been deliberately hindering the prosecution, and I find that very suspicious. It was you, Togamera. You killed Mr. Webb. Order? Order? Mr. Wright, do you have any idea of the gravity of what you're suggesting? I do, Your Honor. Every scenario I can think of points this man as the culprit. He's been misleading everyone from the very beginning. My methods may be extreme, but the goal has always been this greater good in mind. Oh, you're good. End just it means crap. Who are you to question it? Agent Tokamura, regardless of who the killer was, your actions and inactions are inexcusable. Yeah, like, there's, like, you know, in just ways it means that Phoenix has done in the past, like, you know, the first game, third case of, like, you know, trying to cause more, like, try to get more investigation time by indicating when the old bag, do investigation there to get more investigation time. Then there's, the whole thing of, like, Phoenix being blackmailed for the second game and all that, but this is a different matter entirely. If we don't know anything about you being blackmailed or anything like that. From the sounds of it, you're very calm, collected, and cunning here, so I don't think you're being blackmailed at all so far. I will work with your superiors when this trial is over. This accusation must be addressed immediately. Mr. Williamson, you've been very quiet. What is your stance on this? The prosecution calls for a recess. Oh? What for? This just turned my case upside down. I'm gonna need some time to get things straight. Give me 10 minutes. Well, I suppose that's fine. This court will have a 10-minute recess. I should see you all back here after that. Huh. More to get. More to add. So that way I look at this, and it's bigger than just a simple goddamn fanboy case, which you don't take anything seriously then. What do you think Mr. Williamson went to recess for? I'm not sure. I don't believe him when he says he just wants to rethink things. He's up to something. I knew the FBI man was bad. Why didn't you realize that from the beginning? He's been using Tom's secret as an excuse at every turn so far. Well, now it's Bottom's secret because now we're gonna cover it. Terrible jokes. I still love him. If we don't find a way to break through that, he's definitely gonna be a slippery one. Do you think we have enough? I'm not sure. He literally barred off looking at the crime scene. Unless we find, like, the murder weapon, then it doesn't matter entirely. The prosecution doesn't have much evidence, but neither do we. The whole issue with this case is that the fire destroyed everything. Yeah, there's that too. Excuse me, sir. I was told to bring you something. Really? From whom? Dr. Dreesen wanted me to deliver this to you. You thought I could help you. I told him I might know where to find you. What is it? It's Cody's autopsy report. Tell him Dr. Dreesen, thank you, officer. Yes, I will. Good luck in the trial, sir. Cody's autopsy report. Why are we getting this now? Like, Cody was shot. It's like the same exact gun? The suspect was shot 3 times in the back. Wounds are inconsistent with those found in the body of Walter Webb. Huh? It's the same weapon. Age 17. Victim was shot 3 times in the back. Shots were fired at close range from a low-caliber firearm. Any one of the bullets would have been proven fatal. Bullets passed through his body and into the bookcase behind him. The only thing I can point to is, like, literally it's literally the same murder weapon, but how did you prove, like, there's no weapon on the scene that we know of? And you took a mirror, basically blocked the crime scene, so you probably definitely, like, took the gun off the scene. Court's in session again? Ms. Williamson, did you have enough time? Yes, it was sufficient. I rethought my case. Prosecution supports Agent Togamura's claims. What? Williamson, are you really going along with this guy? I know what I'm doing. Do you? Yes, of course I do. And here I was starting to think you actually had your priorities straight. You seem confident about this? The defense has shown some very compelling things regarding the agent. I would like to hear a rebuttal for this. Judge, as a federal agent, I would never step outside the law in such a way. Certainly it's a very scary thought. Nevertheless, I want to hear your testimony about this. Certainly. Williamson. What are you thinking? I guess we'll figure that out in due time. Webb's killer. I didn't kill Webb because you'd be stuck in that web by your own self like a spider. Well, spiders aren't stuck in there. They're the instigator of that web. I would never be stupid enough to initiate confrontation with him. My mission was never to kill him. Let's overstep that boundary. There's nothing to suggest I even entered his home. As the witness, I stand by what I said earlier. Witness? Mr. Wright, given this man's status, I hope you can back up your claims. Your accusation here carries more weight than usual. Yes, given that, I'd say it's only fair to deliver a harsher sentence to him. For all we know, he's bluffing. A harsher sentence? What, are they gonna throw me in prison if I screw this up? What does it matter? Don't tell me. This isn't a pressing thing. It makes more sense to you're an FBI agent, but here, please don't tell me this. Please tell me this for presenting things, please. Let this guy get away. This is personal. Well, since I'm, it could be for pressing, save. Yay. I didn't kill Webb. Okay, let's test to make sure this is actually, a pressing thing. So you didn't kill him. You've just been hindering the search to find who did. I think understand my actions. What you claim as hindering was merely foolishness. On numerous accounts, and even being foolishness in ways that you can't even replicate accurately. This is not gumshoe levels of incompetence. This is literally just overlooking things that are right there in front of you. I was over eager to complete the mission, just get a few too many corners. Wow, for a person who's like very FBI agent wise, you very more incompetent. Why are you even here? That's a lie. Do you even have an alibi? Of course I do. Or I'm not at liberty to evolve. Damn it, enough with this. You don't have one at all, do you? If I don't, what then? You still have nothing. You expect anyone to believe you, you better get yourself an alibi. You are the one making accusation. Let's see you prove first that he did what you say he did. Your case holds less weight than mine does right now, Williamson. Still, he's right. I need to actually back up what I'm saying. If we can at least prove one aspect of it, then I guess the jurors would actually follow along, but like, Now how about we let me continue? Don't be stupid, doesn't even share a competition with him. Why is that? Why not? Why wouldn't it be that stupid? Well, you've been stupid several other times so far, quote-unquote. No, why wouldn't you confront him? What was dangerous? For all we know, he was on the computer this whole time. Because I know I was onto him, I would be dead before the week was out. Huh. What should I do? Yes? If he was so dangerous, why did you never bring him in? Dense? That was the whole point of my mission. I was never able to gather sufficient evidence on him. Is this me, or does this guy's mission parameters seem to change on a regular basis? It's not just you. I'm not seeing anything useful here. Let's try something else. Mission was never to kill him. I wouldn't overstep that boundary. What exactly was your mission, then? Together incriminating evidence on Webb and all his contacts. You said earlier that you complete this mission. Will we be seeing more of Valley's family arrests? I neither confirm nor deny that. You won't even tell us that, then? Stop getting off track. This isn't relevant. The success of his mission has nothing to do with whether or not he killed the victim. Sustained, please continue your testimony. Okay, tracks. Nothing to suggest I even entered his home. Maybe right there. The fire destroyed all evidence of the crime. That's right. Do we have anything that proves he was there? Nothing physical, at least. You were never able to make it up to the crime scene. Is there anything from outside the crime scene that can prove it? Outside? The only thing I think of, like, some entering thing was literally just the fighter topic, which is actually supposed to be... It was meant to be bad player who typed it in. So the culprit went up to the computer and did that. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. I don't know. What's outside the crime which can prove he went inside? Unless it's some weird thing where it's just paying attention to like some small detail you mentioned. Well, he's already inside, so no, this doesn't make sense. No, nothing. I don't think there's anything. This was the map that he made on the second floor. Boombox, burnt photo. So that proves he was there outside the crime? Don't we have anything like that right now. Unless it's a 500 topic or something like that, that's very too flimsy to even prove it though. I don't think I have anything. I should keep looking for contradictions. And if the whole 500 topic is it, then oh god. As a witness, I stand by what I said earlier. You made up her alibi. What happened yesterday was your fault. Let's say I did make up her cover story, which I didn't. Does that automatically mean it was for evil reasons? No, I was just desperate to solidify that case against books. He destroyed the crime scene and left me without evidence. Framing someone for murder isn't evil? Not if he did it. And how do you know he did it from the very beginning then? Of course, just a hypothetical scenario. Well, it was intentional or foolishness. You've ruined my case, Togamera. You're happy. Yep, so quickly, Livingston. You always were spineless. How long do these two know each other? I don't know. Apparently longer than I realized. I don't see anything wrong here. There has to be something. Well, maybe instead of letting him control the proceedings, you should. How? You're trying to talk about Mr. Webb's murder right now. We know there's nothing solid for that, so make him talk about something else. About what? That's very broad. So we had to bring up something about... something outside the crime scene? Let's see, is there anything here? And I kind of just... there must be something, right? Your Honor, I have proof that he's lying. Oh, let's see it. What proves he went into the victim's home before the murder? Before the murder... this immediately just came to mind. Like, I was wondering why, like, the boombox is not, like, a Bluetooth thing. It's literally like a normal boombox. Literally, oh god, hold on. This has to be right, but just to be sure. Because this is, like, a normal boombox, right? So... Wait, what? I thought that would work, though. It's not a normal boombox, and it's not Bluetooth. The switch is set to on, and the volume dial to max them. Well, I guess we need to prove that he, like, specifically went in there. We just prove the culprit must have went in there beforehand. How do you prove something like that, then? Okay, I was wrong on that front, so... Let's see, then. It must be something, then? That might be on the right track, though. Proves he went into the home. Proves he went into the home? Don't know if I have anything about that. He went into the home. Oh god, I'm already forgetting, like, I guess a specific question to ask here. Like, going to the home, is there anything other details I'm missing? I'm misremembering for the question itself. Crime scene photo finder topic screen cap. Is there anything in the phone call? Get shot in his bedroom. Is there anything here? The only thing I think about is something, like, outside the murder, so it has to be, like, the chat log or something? Oh boy, I really don't want to keep doing the whole, like, trial and error thing, but it feels like I keep running into that problem, because the game is being very vague about it. Oh boy. Nope. Wait, what? So they were working together. Wait, what? What? Working together? Wait, what? That boy should have known better. I believe you know why they were killed. I think I do. Wait, what? Why are we bringing Cody up here? I just presented that private conversation PM from Bad Player out of nowhere just because I was just getting sick of just looking things up. What? Wait, what? It started with somebody being hacked. Well, I know we had to bring something else up. Proves he was out of the... Hold on. Can't forgive and forget. Performance secure. What? How's it prove you never went into that room? Wait, I can't back out now. Oh god, it's glitched. Oh god, I have to figure this out now. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, let's present it again and not go into the thing this time. Okay, okay. And why are you bringing up Cody now? But I'm curious why everyone's taking this weird. Wait, what? Somebody hacked him to death? But I thought the victim was shot. No, Your Honor, he means his computer was hacked. Wait, what? What? Why would we hack a computer? We're literally proving the fact like his computer was hacked? Wait, what? What? What lead do we have, like, it was hacked? We could have just had a prompt saying, like, you know, like, change the topic, right, when we press things. Instead of presenting like that? What? Hacking is when somebody uses a website account without the permission of the owner. Doesn't sound like it's legal. It's not. I've never stopped criminals before. Suspicious indeed. Do you know who this hacker was? Not hacker. Hackers. More than one? How many? I believe there were 2 people who had their accounts broken into. 2? Well, things are getting interesting. Now, Mr. Wright, perhaps you could fill in the details for us. Who was the first person to hack an account? The first person to hack an account? Are we talking about the person who was hacked, or the first person to hack in someone else's account? Wait, what? I'm curious. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. Like, I should probably saw this here because, my God, I am just like taking out of how this is being paced right now. Like, it's taking me way out of it right now. We suddenly went from just like proving like you had to enter the culprit's house like beforehand to a train of topic of someone's computer being hacked, and I don't think this has ever been touched upon except for Cody like hacking into someone's computer at least once before. Unless it's not Cody. Like, let's see if this is Cody, then I'll end this off. Okay, honestly, I just want to be sure. Did Cody hack someone? Let me just say, just be sure, because I see. Whose account did they break into? And whose account did they break into? Oh, God, it's one of these. Oh, my God. This is very just too specific. I don't know. Let's see. Well, I mean, if I already put down his account, so why don't we just go with Stranger to Love or something like that? I don't know. Was there anything like that? I don't know. Let us go with that. That's the only, like, that's the only account, like, I guess the only person we have on here we can think of, like, why it would be in there hacking. We don't want anything about pure madness and all that. Let's Stranger to Love it. They broke into that person's account. Do you have any proof of this? Oh my God, it's a 3-way tie thing? What the fuck? Oh my. Okay, well, the only thing I think of is that private conversation right now again, and if it's not it, okay. Well, this by itself won't be enough. Do you have anything else that supports this? Oh my God, there's something else to point out here. What the fuck? Jesus. There's a way to prove that something else, there's another way to prove that account was hacked into for some reason. Oh my God. IP log, probably not gonna work at all. Yes, now, on to the second incident. Oh my God, it's one of those things. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I don't remember anything like this at all. This is very too vague and broad for me to even recognize this on my own right now. Okay, never mind. This is where the difficulty spike comes in. Unless it's been brought before, like who hacked who before, and I misremember because the days have passed by for me. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay, okay. I'm stopping here because I'm getting overwhelmed right now. I don't know how to take this, and I probably have to reload from the entirety of this to make sure I got this everything right. Difficulty spikes are not fun, not for me anyway, and it's being very vague. The only time like a Phoenix Wright game does something like this was the final case, the second game, final case 4, and literally that was like after they kept hammering home about the whole like security tape and all that, and who she present this to, like it's final. This is a miracle to bring about. I don't remember if there's any other time like it was this like the Phoenix Wright case official one was this vague with things. Oh boy, difficulty spikes are really big. Oh my God. Oh jeez, oh Lord. I'll try to figure this out for next time, and we don't have to waste more time sitting around this. So we'll see you then. So, hope a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time. What time may be, and I'll hope you fantastic day.